Yeah. Wait, do you know where they are? Like, what's the development?
It's right across from the river. Something.
Super helpful. Thanks.
Yeah, win
something.
Windsor Park.
Windsor Park. She doesn't know. She doesn't. Where we go? I'll ask. I'll text your dad. I'll be like, Joe, where you at?
What an excellent start to the show. Let's talk about sports.
This is it. Sports. Bro, the house is crumbling down around me.
Oh my Lord,
I don't know what's going on.
There's things happening, and there's I mean, the world of Bert is like, I mean, what's going on, man? You okay over there? Do we have to postpone
I'm muting
the
in
show?
between. I don't know. I think my son's clearly not happy about something. My wife's throwing recycling. It sounds like the house is coming down. It is Wednesday. You want to know why? It's Wednesday. It's not our normal day.
That's what it is.
I think the divide jinxed us because they came on talking mad shit before. But hey, we appreciate them opening up for us. It was a great warm-up segment for everybody that actually wants to watch something on the network. So that's nice.
Yeah. Like that's it's like ooh, hi Trish. Hello.
Trish.
She's on the look at that. See, that's the difference between Stuff About Sports and the Divide. I mean, on the subway, they're tuning in.
Yeah. So Trish is one eye on the pod, and the other eye is just watching out for the crazies on the subway right now.
For sure. For sure. All right, man. So like, there's a lot of things that happen in sports, but today we are definitely getting into the Christmas spirit, Bert. We're going to do top 5, bottom 3 Christmas songs, and I did a lot of research today. I've done more research on the Christmas songs than any other sports topic. And I'm probably going to be pretty useless here when it comes to the sports.
I've been thinking about this a lot. You know, every year we try to do this top 5, bottom 3. Last year we did Christmas movies, right? And that was legit because Jerm reminded me that Batman Returns is in fact a Christmas movie. 100%. So I'm going to parlay that into making my wife watch that later on. But yeah, so it's got to be Christmas songs. And the reason I thought of it is because I've been listening to so many of them. And those that did watch Divide, similar to Corey. Corey was a psychopath. He started listening to Christmas music like right before Thanksgiving. And now he's like over it. I started well after, and even then I'm over it. And it got me thinking. There are a lot of terrible Christmas songs out there that I just want to retire. So, I mean, our bottom 3s are going to be songs that should just go away. Like plain and simple. Like songs I don't ever want to hear again.
Big time. But first, let's get to a little bit of NFL. Week 14 came and went. So who impressed? Who disappointed?
So I want to start on a classy note with what the Broncos did and Detroit too in that game, and obviously Demaryius Thomas and you know, the NFL world kind of being shocked by him too. But the Broncos looked good. I mean, granted it was Detroit, but Detroit coming off a win, and you'd think that, you know, they would actually show up. But I mean, overall, certainly impressed. Now, what does that mean for them? I don't really know, right? I mean, they're 7-6. They're gonna be fighting for a spot. But I like Teddy. Man, I mean, he didn't do much in the air, but the whole team in itself got it done.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with, for me, probably the Los Angeles Rams going in against the 10-2 Arizona Cardinals, Super Bowl favorites. Odell Beckham starting to become a factor again. I know the Rams took a couple of bad losses, so for them to get a signature win like this against a really good team is really impressive. And it did come down to the wire. I mean, there was a chance there, and the Arizona Cardinals kind of messed it up with some of their bad play calling and bad clock management, but still the Rams pulled it out. So I'm going to go with the Rams as far as impressing me.
Yeah, on a Monday night too, nonetheless. Matt Stafford looking like a god out there, man. He just absolutely went for it. 287, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. I mean, 23 for 30, so a damn near perfect game, I'll say.
Yeah. Who disappointed you?
I don't want to say disappointed. I'm going to put the Bills in my wins category. I will say what disappointed me is the officiating in that game. And look, you can do this for any game. You can. But when you go back and you look, and of course the track record with the golden boy of football, Tom Brady. And granted, he deserves the credit he gets. His career wasn't built off referees giving him the game. But Holy shit. You want to talk about missed calls that made a difference from a Bills team. And the reason I'm putting them as most impressed, clawing back in the second half.
Yeah.
It was just heartbreaking. I got to be honest with you. I mean, it did seem like the defense was dogged, especially into overtime. I mean, what was it, like 2-3 plays, and then the game was basically over. But I will say that they definitely impressed.
Yeah, it was the Bills versus Tom Brady, the Buccaneers, and the NFL referees missing 2 blatant pass interference calls. I understand the Bills got away with one as well, but I mean, the Bills are not getting these calls that Tom Brady gets, and it was obvious, and it cost them the game because they drove down the field. I'm not sure that Josh Allen's foot was actually out of bounds on that scramble for that touchdown, which would have probably won them the game.
Yeah,
I don't know if his foot was out. It didn't look like it to me. It looked like it was right there on the line, like it. And it's just, to score 17 points in 8 minutes was really impressive. Ty was the Bucs fan. He was talking shit to me all night. And then when Josh Allen decided to mount that comeback, all that texting and shit talking stopped. And then, of course, after the game, when everything is all said and done, he resumed to his shit talking. But yeah, it sucks because the Bills, you drop that bad game to the Colts, you drop the bad game to the Jags. You lose 5 of your last 8. The Patriots are comfortably sitting at top of the AFC East. This was supposed to be a year, so I can't help but look at it as a disappointment. Yes, that victory was it was gutsy. It showed what we were capable of, but honestly, it pissed me off because I'm like, damn, why couldn't we play like this all year? Like, this is what we're capable of, and you drop these games, and now look at this position. Like, if we would have won that game, Bert, the Bills would have had a 90% chance of making the playoffs as a wild card. Now that they lost, they dropped down to 66%. So it's not looking good. Our last 4 games are cupcake. I mean, we have the Patriots. We have the Panthers this week at home. Should win that game, but we lost to the Jags. So this will be the game that Cam Newton comes to town and is Superman all over again and destroys us. I feel it. We are 10.5-point favorites, but I mean, I can't count anything out with this.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take anything anymore, right? And another thing that annoyed me is like everything is pass interference now. I'm starting to really get sick of it. I'm like, half the time, let him play.
Yeah. I'm going to go with another. Most of the games I'm looking at aren't really disappointments. I was really proud of Washington almost pulling it out against Dallas. The Lions, they're the Lions. If I was to do another disappointment game, I'd probably go with the Bengals because I've been picking the Bengals all season. You're winning down the stretch to the 49ers. This was a game, if you're going to win the division, you had a really good shot at winning this division because the Ravens lost. You know what I mean? This would have put you at top of the AFC North. You got to win all these games. So I was disappointed that they didn't go in and kind of take advantage of that because I believe that was a 1:00 game. And the Bengals should have known that winning that game would have put them atop the AFC North, and they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So I will say I'm disappointed in them. All right.
Coast is clear. Sorry, that's some noise going on in
No, you're good, man.
Studio / office, if you will. So yeah, man. Overall, I mean, look, the Dallas, Washington. I mean, everything else I'm looking at in terms of like what happened over the weekend, nothing else really stood out, surprised me. You had the dumpster fire of a game between the Falcons and the Panthers, but everything else is pretty par for the course, right?
Yeah. Other than that, other than the Bills, like you said, you can't really say you're disappointed. It was awesome. Like I said, the Bengals for not taking advantage of finally, getting a game on that, letting Jimmy Garoppolo beat them at the last second. Other than that, you're right, par for the course. So,
but now look, I mean, looking ahead, this is going to be we got 3 more weeks left, so mad dash to see who from buys are done. I mean, look, buys are 2 things are going to happen in the actual NFL. You have people obviously making moves to position themselves for the playoffs. In fantasy football playoffs are going off right now, and I couldn't be more excited.
We're going to talk about the bragging rights at the end of the show. The playoffs are set in that league. Thank you for everybody who participated in bragging rights. Can't wait to do it again next year. But Bert, big news in college football. Travis Hunter, the #1 recruit in the country, was committed to FSU, grew up in Florida, big FSU fan. And he decides, because of this NIL agreement, He's getting a reality show with his new coach. He chooses Jackson State, Deion Sanders. It's an absolute paradigm shift for college football that he's able to do this. And I thought people would be happy. He's choosing an HBCU. He's choosing Deion Sanders. And a lot of people in college are not really thrilled about Deion Sanders' power to take these recruits. And I'm kind of like, well, why? Nick Saban is in Geico commercials. That's a competitive advantage. And he uses that. And that's why, and I'm not saying Nick Saban's not a good coach, but when you have the cachet he does and you build a powerhouse, you're going to get the best players to want to come to you all the time. Deion Sanders, the only way Jackson State can get the number one recruit is because they have Deion Sanders. That's what they brought him in for. And he works for Barstool, and I hate Barstool, but I mean, it's what a power move for Barstool and Deion Sanders. They're going to give this kid a reality show. He's going to make $2 million to go and play nobodies. He's not going to play anybody in that whatever conference they're in or whatever division they're in. But Deion Sanders has shown that with the NIL's help, you can go and be a star in other markets, in smaller markets. And I think it's amazing. It's fun. It's fun to know that these guys aren't going to just pollute the Alabamas and the Floridas and the Michigans of the world. There's going to be options to see these high class caliber athletes.
What we're seeing is a power shift, right? You give these students now an opportunity to make money off of what they do, which I'm all for, because this is now their job throughout college. They're going to have to dedicate themselves not just to their studies, but to their athletics. We've talked about this before, but it's taking away these recruits to these big powerhouses that have always had the ability to, because of boosters or the great programming and everything else. And I think it's great. I think it's awesome. It's going to have to, for the teams in larger conferences, it's going to have to shift their ability to recruit and their other draws to go to those schools. Are we going to see more cases like this yet? Is it going to be so overwhelming that it's absolutely going to overthrow like Big Ten or like any of the other larger conferences? No, I doubt it. No, but it's good. It's certainly going to make waves, which is exactly what I want. Let them go. Let them do whatever they want. Let them make this money, and then go and get a great education. It's great for Jackson State. It's great for all HBCUs, and knowing that kids will do stuff like this if they're that good, and there's money and value out there for it too. So I say, fuck, let it happen, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's funny because Deion went to FSU, so he's stealing their number one recruit from them, which I'm sure they're panicking about. It's hilarious because he shows up to the last game, his last day on campus. He has a 0.0 GPA, never went to any of his classes because he knew he was going to get drafted. He knew he was going to be primetime. He didn't care. And like Deion trailblazed like that, that was amazing for the time because that typically didn't happen. And now stuff like that is just going to start happening. You're giving these kids $2 million. Granted, to me, I know a lot of people don't like to hear this. To me, they earned it. I get that they're kids, but if you're good enough where somebody wants to toss you $2 million to put you on a reality show, more power to you. Yeah, it's because you put in the work and you're gifted and you're doing something.
Sure, and there are morons that get a fucking shore house that make more than that off of endorsements, off of like fucking energy drinks and everything else, and all they're doing is drinking and fucking, and that's it. I love it. And these kids are actually, I mean, look, he's earning his money, $2 million, but he's still going to have to keep up his GPA. He's still going to have to go to class because if he's ineligible to actually play, everything around him is going to fall apart. So he's still going to have to do that. So I'm all like, we've said it before, pay these kids. They're working, and they're working so hard. The only thing I will say, and I doubt, I mean, look, if Deion stays, that coach for the next 4 years, right? If he stays with that program, this won't hurt his chances to get drafted. But if any changes happen, I'd be curious to see if scouts still look his way in a lesser division conference, what have you. That I think is the only thing. Or at the end of the day, he gets a great education and then $2 million, and anything else that he jumps at from an advertising or sponsor type thing. I mean, look, he's already got the attention. He was the number one recruit. This is already kind of shuffling up, and you may see more individuals try to sponsor him or advertise than anything else, and he may just be rolling in it. So I think this is brilliant.
He also can hit the transfer portal in 2 years. So,
Yeah.
and so he can end up going to FSU, but why not?
Yeah.
I mean, FSU ain't giving him $2 million, or Barstool's not giving him $2 million to go to FSU. They want him to pair up with Deion and make it exciting. And I think this is going to be the beginning of like you said, a paradigm shift in how recruits, there's options now. It's great.
Yeah.
It's definitely something good to see. Last night, Bert saw Steph Curry make history. I'm glad he got it out of the way. He becomes the all-time leader in 3-pointers. I had the numbers in front of me. I don't have them now. You guys can go look them up. Do your own Googles. It got me to thinking, Bert, because he did it in less than 800 games. Ray Allen, who he took the title from, did it in exactly 1,000. He set the mark. He played 1,300 games. And Steph has done it in I believe 758, somewhere in that range, less than 800 games by a lot. And obviously, he's not retiring anytime soon. That record is one of those. It's going to be the Wilt Chamberlain. It's going to be the Eli Manning streak. It's going to be Cal Ripken's streak. You're not going to these things like records that can't be broken. Like it just like nobody's going to. I get that the NBA's going geared towards more 3-point shots and more offense, but what Steph has been able to do is amazing, and I don't foresee somebody breaking that for at least 50 years.
I mean, when Ray Allen did it, it was, absolutely huge, and everybody said like, "Oh, this isn't good." I mean, now Steph coming in too. I mean, the fact that Steph came in and basically shattered this and still has a lot of career left. I mean, he beat Jesus Shuttleworth, bro. Like it's just
crazy, right?
I mean, and you remember Ray Allen even towards the end of his career. I mean, he was with he helped Miami win another title, right? Yeah, and he was still like just dropping them in like it was nobody's business. And no, this is huge. And congrats to Steph. And he is. Look, he gets talked about a lot, but I still don't think he gets talked about enough.
No, for sure.
And I think it's the way he carries himself, very humble, and he puts in the work, man. He does it right, and this is huge for him. So congrats to him, and he's doing great things, man.
It's over for the NBA when Klay Thompson comes back in about 2 weeks. All right. Just letting y'all know. You guys keep playing around. Klay Thompson, Killer Klay, he's out there shooting warm-ups 3 hours before the game in his full uniform. He is itching. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. It's going to be curtains for you. Curtains, shades, and vertical blinds. All of it. It's over. All right. So shout out to Steph Curry. It's an amazing accomplishment, and it's well-deserved. You're right. I think because of his body type, the teams he's played, like I don't understand why he couldn't be considered the greatest in the game. I mean, he has the titles. His team is.
He doesn't have a nickname like the King. That's why.
Like they call him the babyface assassin. I kind of I get it, but
the chosen one.
Yeah, but you know what? That's not. He didn't call himself the babyface assassin. LeBron called himself the chosen one, and he called himself King James. I feel like that's a violation somewhere. I don't think you're allowed to do that. So we're gonna have to check. We're gonna have to check the guys and see what's going on. All right, Bert, it's time. Top 5. Bottom 3, Christmas song edition.
Yeah.
There was another Christmas topic we were going to do next week. I can't remember what we said we were going to do.
What I'm asking Santa, or what I want for Christmas for my favorite sports team.
So for all your favorite sports team, me and Bert have multiple favorite sports teams for different brands of sports. I want to know what your wish list is for Santa. We're getting down to the wire. Santa's making his final checks to get ready for delivery. We want to know what your wish list is for your favorite teams. You could do it for all your favorite teams or one of your favorite teams, whatever. But that's what we will be doing next week. All right. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to just each do our top 5 and then discuss, and then we'll both do our bottom 3 and discuss? Is that what you want to do? Or you want to trade off? Like
let's trade off with we'll each do like our number 5s go all the way up to 1, and then I think afterwards we should do our bottom 3s, because that's really more so the justification as to why we should never hear these songs ever again.
Gotcha. I'm with it. All right. So my number 5, Bert, I'm going to get out the way. I know a lot of people hate this song, and it might be in a lot of people's bottom 3, but I love it. I don't know. It's a wonderful song, and that's All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey.
Wow, it's at the 5 spot, huh?
It's at the 5 spot because it does get played a lot, and I do like the song. I don't think it's the greatest of, I don't think it's the greatest. I enjoy it every time it's on. I do get the joke. I think it's funny. The Mariah Carey memes. I get it. It's probably the most played Christmas song, because that's what you hear in all the stores. But for me, it's number 5. But I love it. It's a good song. I don't know why people hate it, but I like it.
Man, spoiler alert, that she's still the queen of Christmas for me. That is my number 1 spot.
Yeah,
and like, it gets played a lot, and the jokes and everything else like that. But damn, when it comes on, I'm like, oh yeah, it's let's go. Like, let's get pumped for Christmas. But my number 5, dude, it's a classic. No matter who does it, I just really enjoy it. It's more of a slower Christmas song, but it's "I'll Be Home for Christmas."
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know who did the original. Fuck if I know. I don't know if it was like Perry Como. I don't know. I'm just old white singers when it comes down to it. Yeah.
What rendition are you talking about that you like?
Any of them. Honestly, I don't think I've ever heard a bad one. I just love that song. It's gonna sound so soft, but Michael Bublé does an excellent version of it, and he's kind of becoming like the Christmas guy too. Or
he's easing into
guy, if you will.
He's easing into the commercial song guy. He has that the bubbly commercials. He's easing into that. So that's funny. Number 4 for me. Christmas Time Is Here, the Charlie Brown version, not the Paul McCartney version.
Okay.
Paul McCartney ruined the song. I could probably put that song in the top 5 and bottom 3, depending on who's singing it. Paul McCartney singing it, bottom 3. The worst of the Beatles. Come at me, Mike. I know you're listening.
Paul's song, Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time, didn't even make my list. I'm kind of ashamed, and I'm scared Mike's going to cut us from the network now.
Oh, no. It's Charlie Brown. Like, I just enjoy the older version of the song, and I know that Paul McCartney's 320 years old, but I just like when the Charlie Brown Christmas comes on, that's the song that I'm like.
You see the older cartoon, you kind of see the crackling, and it's very nostalgic. I totally get it. Yo, my number 4 is super catchy. I don't even speak the language, but I fucking love the song. It's Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's in my head right now. It just puts a smile on my face, and I'm just like, it's there. It gets me in such a good mood. So yeah, sitting in my 4 spot.
So my number 3 and my number 2, I guess it's the versions of the songs. When I did my list, I was going by versions of the song. Obviously, these Christmas songs have been done 100 times by 100 different people. Yeah. So I was going by. So like, I may like this, like Christmas Time Is Here. I like it, the Charlie Brown version. I like the Paul McCartney version. These two aren't like my favorite Christmas songs. I like these versions of the song. So sitting at number 3 is Silent Night by Boyz II Men. Oh. I love when Boyz II Men sings it. It's fantastic. It puts me in the mood. I have on my Spotify. I have a slow Christmas slow jam mix, and it's on there. It's at the top.
It's a very particular list. It's like a very niche.
Yeah, because we're married, we have kids. All you losers out there who are 30 and you're not married or anything like that, and don't have any kids. So, like,
we're jealous. That's what Jerm's getting at.
Well, yeah,
you lucky bastards.
You lucky bastards. You decorate the house at Christmas and you want some background music, and I like a little soul when I do it. So I have a little quick little. It's like 11 songs, and it's enough to get me through whatever Christmas shit I'm doing, and that's it. And I'll delete it December 26th, and then I'll do it again next year.
Bro, Boyz II Men. You go back and you listen to their songs, they got hits, and when they start doing, like, when they did this Silent Night and other like Christmas songs, it's nice, it's crispy. Number 3 for me, I'm looking at my list, it's pretty much all like happy stuff. I mean, obviously it's Christmas, but not a lot of like slow jams, if you will, but like the Beach Boys, Little Saint Nick, man, it's poppy, it's out there, it's it's a different type of Christmas song that you don't hear covered by anybody else, which is probably why I like it.
So it's funny you say that. We were on shift and we did Toys for Tots at Walmart here, and your boy collected like $600 straight up. These ladies were dropping 20s in my bucket. Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Are they asking when the calendar comes out too?
They did. I did get a couple calendar questions. Now I'm down here in sunny North Carolina. It was like 77 degrees when we did this the other day. So of course I had the T-shirt on. You know what I'm saying? And it was a good time. But that song, the Beach Boys version, the lady who was running it had a little boombox that was playing. She was like, "Oh, I have a bunch of CDs. You guys pick whatever you have." They had a Now that the Now CD. And it was like Now What I Call Christmas, or Now the Christmas version, whatever it was. And that's
I'm just shocked she had CDs with her. I'm like,
I was shocked.
What Bluetooth and streaming is?
That's not even the worst part. one of our tailboards, a little stupid little 22-year-old kid, and he was like, "What the hell is this? Oh, how do you work this thing?" I'm like, "You put
What?
the CD on your foot." Yeah, I was like, I was disgusted. The rest of us on the engine were disgusted. I reached that age where I judge people for not experiencing the things that I experienced.
He's probably like, "Oh, what is this? How do I use it?" And then he goes, sets up his phone in the corner, and starts doing like TikTok.
Yeah.
You're like,
Basically, yeah.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, loser. Anyway, that was. What am I? Am I at number 2 now?
Numero dos.
Boys to Men again. Let It Snow. Again, Let It Snow is not one of my favorite Christmas songs because, there's not much to it. But when Boys to Men do it, boy, let me tell you, it's a classic in the Edwards house. Must-have rotation. When it's nice if you're doing like one of those nighttime drives and you're like looking for lights. You're just driving around and whatever. It's a great song to drive around. Maybe have the heat on low, crack the window just to get that little Christmas air too in there. It's a great song. I suggest.
Dude, I'm taking that. I'm gonna go create my own Christmas slow jams playlist and put that on there because I know exactly what you're talking about. You want that kind of like very calm nightly, just looking at lights, dude. You just painted a picture for me that I'm gonna leave my house after this. I'm just gonna go for a drive.
Go for it, man. Try. I'm telling you, it's good.
Number 2 for me, a classic by Run DMC, man. Christmas in Hollis. You can't. And again, for me, similar to like the Beach Boys, I'm talking original Christmas songs, and this is the OG. This is the GOAT of original Christmas songs because it gets Christmas, it's got some melody to it, and it's Run DMC. You can't look past it whatsoever. So that's why it's my number 2. It just didn't beat out the Queen. That's the only thing,
No. It's listen, I get it. Like I said, I love that song. It's just I hear it a lot, and in these other songs, I just find myself listening to more. My number 1, Bert, it's from my favorite Christmas movie of all time, and it speaks to me because everybody calls me this every Christmas. And of course, it is You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. The greatest Christmas song. I love that song. And I'm embarrassed. The original singer. I'm going to look it up real quick. I should know it. Who sings the fucking song? It's definitely not Tyler, the Creator, because that's what it's showing me on Google.
Earl Ravencroft.
Thank you.
Thurl, THURL.
Oh, Thurl Ravencroft.
Was an American actor and bass singer.
Okay. Well, listen, his voice is of the gods, and I appreciate him, and I love that song. So it's a classic, and it goes with a classic movie, and I have to hear it. It's like Summertime by Will Smith. Like during the season, I have to hear that song, or else it's not real. So just like every summer, I have to hear Summertime. Before it's real, I have to listen to this before it's real. So number 1.
I can only expect someone named Thurl Ravencroft to sing this song about a Grinch. And look, for me, I mean, everybody knows this. I already announced it when it was Germs number 5, but Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You will still be the number 1. Everybody come at me. I don't care. I don't care how overplayed you think it is. The second it's Christmas time, that's coming on, and that's like the kickoff of the Christmas season, and everything comes through. So all right, we got our top 5s out of the way. Now let's talk about what everybody wants to hear. What are the ones that we just want to say, get the fuck out of here, like the ones we don't ever want to hear again? And I'm glad to go first. My number 3, Baby It's Cold Outside. The song sucked to begin with. But after you listen to it and you hear the rapey elements to it, and I get it was different times when it was made, but Jesus Christ, like just get it out of here. I don't care for it. It's not even that catchy. Like it's just no. I don't need to hear it ever again.
Mike saying "Happy Christmas War" is number 1.
No,
I don't know who sings that. I never heard of that song.
John Lennon.
John Lennon enough for the Beatles. The Beatles are awful.
Beatles.
They suck. One of the worst cartoons of all time, Alvin and the Chipmunks, keeps producing Christmas Don't Be Late. And it's the stupidest song. Christmas Don't Be Late is dumb because it can't be late. Literally, figuratively cannot be late because it's the same fucking day every fucking year, you stupid little chipmunks. And every year you get drunk guys who sing it that keep yelling Alvin. And it's annoying. It's annoying. It's just that you want to, like, the chipmunk voice is annoying itself, and the songs, high pitched. It's just when you're drunk off eggnog and you're listening to that,
Mhm.
and then you got drunk other dudes yelling Alvin. I get that it's a kid song.
Yeah.
All you sensitive fucks out there, all right? But I mean, there has to be a line, and I refuse to cross it. The song crosses the line. So
Yeah.
Christmas time, Christmas Don't Be Late by the Chipmunks.
Well, drunk off eggnog and screaming all night will produce a voice that can only sing my number 2 of songs that should just be retired.
Mhm.
And I'm talking about Santa Claus is Coming to Town, but the Bruce Springsteen version. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't need some old drunk horse guy to start raspily making out with a microphone to yell at me that Santa Claus is coming to town over and over again.
Yeah.
The song sucks to begin with.
Yeah.
But on top of that, it's just I don't need that. It sounds like he's gargling the microphone and he's had bronchitis for 4 years straight. I'm not about it.
My number 2 is I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
The Jackson 5 version?
All of them.
Okay.
Especially Jackson 5 version, which makes it even weirder if that's Jackson 5 version. But I mean, adultery, really, guys. This is what we're celebrating around Christmas time.
How about just adultery with a somewhat complete stranger that broke into your home?
Yeah, while the dad is out there working, who's really bringing your gifts, busting his ass, and your mom is out there thotting for Santa, for Saint Nick. All right, #men too. What about the dad in this? All right. Enough, and then the women are out here singing I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, and they're all happy about it. No. Poor dad. I'm not going to celebrate adultery on the Yuletide. Sorry.
No, especially not an overweight, hairy guy that wears red like that. I mean, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
You can't pull
Where
it
do
off.
you get off?
You're not Michael Jordan. Like,
big, bad Santa.
Tiger Woods wearing Power Red on one day. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. Number 1, easily one of the most depressing Christmas songs you will ever hear there. You always find Delilah playing it at least 14 times in a row. I'm talking about Christmas shoes.
Yeah.
I know. I get it. It's a time of year we should celebrate family. It's a time of year we should celebrate differences. Not everybody's having a joyous Christmas. You want to know what I don't want to hear when I'm decorating my tree? A song about a little boy trying to buy shoes, but he's too poor, but the shopkeeper gives him away anyways while his mom is dying in a hospital bed. No.
Yeah.
Don't want to hear that at all.
Really a mood killer there.
Yeah. Like, God, I'm trying to hang ornaments here, bake Christmas cookies, seeing smiles on my kids' faces. I don't be reminded of death. Get out of here.
Says mommy was kissing dad. Is that who Santa Claus is supposed to be? Yeah, I don't know about that. Not in the version I saw. Not in the video. Okay. My number 1, I hate this song. It's weird. It's a weird song that everybody likes, and that's Santa Baby.
Yeah.
We get it, Mom.
Made that list, yeah.
Like, Mom, we get it. You're a whore. All right, enough. Okay, Jesus. So retire that song. It's not. It's like, it's one of those songs that you go when you're a loser and have nowhere to go, and you go to like the dingy ass strip club, and the lady who smokes so many cigarettes and she's all wrinkly and she's got these saggy titties, and she's singing that's the person singing the song to you. Just to make you feel better so you can get back to your fucking loser life. And that's what that song reminds me of. It just reminds me of depression and
a peeler palace is what it comes down to. Yeah.
The guy who likes that song definitely goes to Daydreams in Tacony and gets the snail trail for $150.
Damn, pay $150 for a snail trail?
Yeah. Well, that's what it was back a couple years ago. Yeah. So I heard. So
you heard. Yeah. It was on the menu. You just looked. You didn't get. Yeah.
Also, the shoemaker knew he had to get the shoes back soon, so I'm not impressed. Yeah. So the kid didn't even get to keep the shoes. What's really going on around here?
Oh man! Anybody listening? If you think we missed something, either top 5 or bottom 3, or just let us know which ones you want retired and done for good, we'll happily chime in along the way. Yeah.
We will put this list out on socials and see what's what around here.
Also, quick shout out to the Divide. You guys are welcome for next week's material. You can review our lists and trash them because apparently, I mean, I don't know, you can't create your own. So listen to the show. Let us know where we messed up because God knows we didn't do anything right.
Yeah, we never do anything right. And you're welcome for the 25 minutes of material.
There you go.
All right, sports bet Steve's trifecta. I think he went a perfect 3-0 last week, if I remember correctly. I don't have the picks from last week, but if he is 3-0, I believe that puts him at like 26 and like 8 for the season or something crazy. Anyway, $20 a game, $60 investment for all 3 games. You can win $300 if you go with Steve's picks. He's very good at what he does. We got action.
We go. Got
See?
the holiday clock going again.
See that?
Yeah.
Just in time. And Mike said, got you. So the divide will be picking apart our list. We should do it. Honestly, we should just do a joint show. I would love that if they want to do that. And we can argue live on air because I love that they wait until we're done and they think we're not paying attention. They do these like random, Sunday morning shows at 7 a.m. and then they pick apart our list like we're never gonna catch it. But hey, this is an open invitation, guys. If you're not scared, put your big boy pants on and
let's go. Yeah, I mean, look, one more week until the holiday, so we can do a collab show. I'm all about it. We can discuss anything they want to do list wise, or we can all go over what my sports team needs for Christmas. So
working on a surprise guest. All right, we'll surprise that guest by surprising him with us while we destroy you on our Christmas song.
Easily the best surprise ever. Yeah.
This week he's going with the Pats because the Pats have never let him down. They're getting 2.5 at the Colts. They're at the Colts. So the Colts have been playing really good football. That's going to be a really good game, actually. And I'm obviously pulling for the Colts in that one. He is taking the Bills minus 10.5 versus the Panthers. His reasoning is 2 tough losses. The Bills are pissed off, and the Panthers are no good. We're at home. They're going to thrash the Panthers.
Bro, my wife is destroying my house.
Okay,
I'm
gonna hurry this up
this
now.
Is the weirdest show in the world, by the way. I apologize to anybody. You must think this is amateur hour. This is, I don't know. It's a full moon.
No, this never happens. So that's why I'm making sure everything is good.
Bro, text me in like 10 minutes after the show ends. If you don't hear from me, she's killed me. I'm just.
I got you. I will. Matter of fact, I'm an hour and a half flight away. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Packers minus 4.5 at the Ravens. Eye, rose, and eyebrow. So we will see how he does this week. Like I said, $60 if for all 3 of these games, and you can win $300 with the trifecta. All right, Bert, bucket of doom time. Listen, it's getting crazy. All right, Bert, you're 9-5 on this season. You have the Colts.
Yo, thanks to you pulling the Colts last week, getting that automatic check mark. Let's go.
Automatic buy. Gave you
buys are done. So now
it's real.
Now it's real.
Corey, nothing to worry about. He had the Lions. He lost, but he's 10-4, so he's sitting comfortably. The Cowboys etched it out against the Washington football team. So I am sitting at 500 at 7-7. Mike and Ty. Mike had the bye. He needed it because he was 5-8.
Yeah.
And he pulled the Patriots, and he got the bye. So now he's 6-8. Ty had the Ravens against the Browns, and he felt really good about it. Now he is also 6-8. So these last few weeks, I mean, unless there's a magical run, you and Corey are probably safe. I mean, but me, Mike, and Ty only separated by a game, with Mike and Ty being tied. It's going to get really interesting these last 4 weeks
man, poor
of the
Ty.
season.
How he's about to go back to back, man.
This is craziness. And he had it's not even that. It's that Mike started the season 0-5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like this is like a magical run for him. He's at, that's insane. So anyway, we're picking. Mike's paying attention, so we're gonna pick for all the guys who are not here, and then maybe we can hit the group chat. Let's start with Corey, who is pulling the Eagles.
Ooh. Birds are playing. Damn, who do they got? They got the football team.
Okay. I will pull for Ty. Ty has the Falcons. I'm sure he's going to want to throw that one back.
He's probably going to want to throw that one back. They got the Niners.
Mike has the Chicago Bears, which I'm sure he's going to want to throw back.
Yikes. Yeah, Mike, you're listening with the Bears. The Bears this week, they got the Vikings.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's the Monday night game, isn't it? Or it's one of the night games.
Yeah, it's the Monday night game.
Monday night games. I couldn't remember if it was Monday or Sunday night. Anyway, here we go. Bert, you have the Titans.
God, don't feel good about that by any means. They have the Steelers. Throw it back. Throw it back.
Throw yours back? Okay.
Throw it back,
Mike wants to throw his back too, so I'll throw yours back first. All right, Bert, you have Washington football team. You and Corey.
Head to head.
Head to head. The Senator, Taylor Heineke. Let's go.
He's due for a bounce back game.
Yeah. He almost pulled it out, man. I hope Washington gives him a chance because I like Taylor Heineke. All right, Mike, this is your redraw. You have now the Chicago Bears again.
Oh
I
no!
don't know how that happened. I swear I mixed it up, bro. I swear I mixed it up.
I mean, you had to. You threw it back and then you pulled mine,
I
right?
rummaged, bro. I rummaged. I flipped the helmets and everything.
It's
I'm
meant
so
to be
sorry.
then.
It was meant to be. And I have the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
We just talked about them. They're playing the Packers.
Yeah, that's.
Who? It's at Baltimore. Lamar Jackson's ankle's jacked up. Mike said Christmas show's canceled. Yeah, I'm throwing that back.
Nice.
All right, here we go. And I have the Rams.
That's not bad. They're playing the Seahawks.
Not bad at all. I will take it. So, Mike, I don't know what happened there, buddy. That's never happened before.
Never.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know what, Mike? Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not throwing it back again. Fuck
No.
that. No.
No.
This is how it goes,
Look, we're
man.
not
I
doing this
felt
now.
bad.
Yeah.
No,
Look, boss
no.
man, we love everything you do,
Yeah.
but no, we have
You're
to.
gonna eat the.
stick
You're gonna
to
eat the
this.
onion.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. You know what? You're gonna eat the onion this year.
Yeah.
That's just the way it's gonna be. Hopefully, I don't know. I mean, Ty could lose. Ty has the Falcons. He didn't say nothing in the group chat, did he? So
No, I haven't heard anything from him.
So listen, hey Ty. I mean, he obviously doesn't care about eating the onion.
Oh, he loves it. I think he eats one every day now before his
ridiculous.
push-ups and dips.
Yeah. Shout out to Ty, man, putting in that work. I like that.
Putting in that work, man.
All right. So we had. Oh damn! I closed the window too. So Bragging Rights was our fantasy football league that we tried to start with all the other podcasts. We got most podcasts are in there. It's the first year we did it. I'm actually surprised, that we had so many people sign up that had to actually add teams.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to everybody who's involved. The playoffs are starting this week.
16 team league too. It's huge.
It's huge. Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna have 16 next year, but might have to if people like it and want to keep it going. We'll try to figure out a way to keep it fresh and new. And I hate ESPN because I can't figure out how to look at the playoffs. There we go. Playoff bracket. All right. Actually, before I even get to the playoff bracket, I'm going to look at the standings. Bert, you represented us well. You're a 500 team right now.
Yeah, 7-7. I got 1,600 points for, give or take.
Yeah.
I just have to say, so I'm in the what's considered the Western Division, and
Yes.
I think you are too, right?
No, I'm in the Eastern Division.
You're in the Eastern Division. All right,
Mhm.
well, you're not gonna like what I have to say. The East Division is soft, man.
It is.
They ain't scoring any points, and
No.
I'm pissed that But yeah, Western Divisions. I mean, it's competitive. Like there's people
some
putting
good
up
teams
points
in the West.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. Points for. I mean that's a lot. Like let me see, Bert. You might be a top. Yeah, you're a top.
Top three.
You're the third. You're the third highest scoring team, man. It's crazy. Which is odd because the number 2, like you scored more points than the top 2 teams in my division, who both have 11 and 10 wins. I mean, that's crazy. You actually have
the matchups.
It's all matchups because the Boda Sports, shout out to them.
Mm-hmm.
They're the number 1 seed going to the playoffs in your division, and they are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th highest scoring team.
Yeah.
So it's all matchups. I mean, that's all that is, and it worked out in their favor. So shout out to them. The playoffs, we have the number 4 seed, the Gurley Boys, which is Kenny Tuttle, facing off the number 1 seed Team No Romo is Kenny Tuttle. I think Gurley Boys is Mike McGurr. So
it is. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So shout out to them. And then we have JT and the Don. Shout out to them. They actually hit me up. We're gonna do a joint show, or they're gonna come on our show, and I think they're gonna want us to be on theirs. Wish we did more teams in the playoffs. Yeah, this was the default setting from the 12 teams. I should have probably extended the playoffs.
Is it just the 4?
Teams. Yeah, it's just the 4.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. I wouldn't even set my lineup then.
Well, so there's a consolation, whatever.
Cool.
I think because when we started with 12, it would have been 4 teams. Once we expanded to 16, I thought it would automatically add more playoff teams, but it didn't. And so that'll be a lesson for next year. There will be more playoff teams
and you can't
next year.
change that?
Oh, I probably could actually.
Research that.
Yeah, I'll research it.
Because I mean, even if you bump it to 6,
I mean, there has to be. It should be at least 6. Shoot, let me see. We could do this right here live on air. I mean,
we bump it to 6. I mean, and at that point, the top 2 would get buys. So
yeah. I'm gonna have to. There's a lot of shit in here. I'll check it out afterwards. If I can add more playoff teams, I absolutely will add more playoff teams. I'll definitely bump it up to 6. Oh, here we go. Yes, you can. Boom. Playoff teams. 6 is a good number, right?
6 is a great number.
All right, so there. Save changes. What's my password? I don't know. Oh, Google, save it for me. This is great. Podcasting.
I'm excited now.
All right, here we go. I just did it. I added 2 more playoff teams. ESPN made it easy for me. So now the new updated playoff bracket. So Boda Sports will get a bye. Team No Romo will get a bye. Big Mac Attack. Damn, I shouldn't have did this because now Team Divide gets into the playoffs.
Oh, that's right. They would sneak in based off record, huh?
8 teams, maybe. So, but anyway, it should be 6 teams. I mean, it's 16-team league. 6 teams should make the playoffs. So, a great man once said, "I messed up." Yeah, I messed up, guys. My bad. Sorry. So, those are the playoffs. Shout out to the Bragging Rights Fantasy Football League. It's going good, and I appreciate everybody who has joined up. Before we move on, I wanted to say that if you want, we're going to start the signups for the Bucket of Doom Playoff Eliminator Challenge. So if you want to do the Bucket of Doom Playoff Edition, none of the shop boys are going to be in it. This is just going to be all listeners, anybody who wants to do it. Send us a message on Instagram at Stuff About Sports so we can put you on the list. It's a suicide pool. Every week, the only helmets in the bucket will be the playoff teams. You'll draw a helmet, and if you win or your team wins, the winning teams will go back into the helmet, and then we redraw every week until we get a final champion. Last year, our boy Brandon DeWitt won. I did talk to him. Obviously, he, as the champion, he's getting the number 1 spot to come back. He said he would love to do it, so that'll be 1 spot. But obviously, there's 14 playoff teams now, so we're only taking 13 more people. So if you want to be one of those 13 people, hit us up, and we will get you signed up. There was a couple of people that were interested in it a couple months ago when the season started. I'll reach out to them and see if they still want to do it. But yeah, that's that. All right, Bert, who gets your game ball this week?
So I saw something the other day, and I hope it's true. It was a graphic on Twitter, but my boy J.R. Smith, I think I gave it to him a long time ago when he went back to, but now like someone told me, he's got a 4.0. Doing his thing. I mean, student athlete again too. So you got to respect that hustle. I mean, this is something he doesn't need to do, but the drive in him to continue to do this, and of course, want to play golf. It's very admirable to me. So I mean, keep doing your thing, keep getting that 4.0, and I mean, setting a great example for people everywhere, man.
Yeah, mine's going to go to university basketball player Jamal Sheed. His team took a really tough loss. They were a ranked team. They lost to an unranked team. His teammates, there was people that was kicked by members of the staff as they were walking by in the bleachers. They kicked over trash cans and in frustration, which happens, right?
Yeah.
But Jamal Sheed, one of the last people to enter or leave the court, stopped and picked up the trash can that his teammates and people of the staff, which I'm assuming are coaches or water boys or whoever, he stopped and picked that stuff up off the ground, man. Like that's he was raised right.
Yeah.
Listen, as a guy who frequently flips tables and kicks trash cans, I get it. But I'll do it and I'll pick the shit up when I'm done. I don't just leave it there. But for him to just stop in that moment to do that is something that I think is a lost characteristic, and I think he should be applauded for it. So even though they lost, it was a tough emotional loss for them. I will give him my game ball for being a stand-up dude.
Mm-hmm. On that note, we have, ladies and gentlemen, because Jeremy and I are also in another fantasy football league together. It's what's like the network one, right, Jeremy?
Yeah, that's the Give Us a Shot Network fantasy football league.
Football. And I got to tell you, it's shaping up. So.
Oh yeah, let me take a look at that one.
Yeah, dude. So you're playing Ty, who's the reigning champ.
Oh, I'm
I
number
have-
1.
Yep, you got the 1, probably based
Mm.
off points because
Yep.
we have the same record.
Yep.
I have the 3 seed. I'm playing the 2 seed, which is what is it? Fire Rack Attack.
Philly Rack Attack. I
Philly
think
Rack
that's Josh
It's
Perez.
Floyd.
No, that's
No,
Jermaine.
it's-
Oh, that's Big
it's Floyd,
Jermaine. Yeah.
But I mean, look, fingers crossed, listeners out there, that both Germ and I
Oh.
advance and then play each other in the
Oh,
championship.
that would be amazing.
Because you want to know what? Even if I lost, wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, I wouldn't
wouldn't
be
be
mad
mad.
either, man.
You know,
I want to beat Ty so bad. So I would be more upset. He's projected to beat me right now. My team is banged up. This is the worst part because when your team is banged up,
and it's so late too. Yeah,
and it's late, and so if your team is in it, this is starting to be the resting period, especially with the extra game of the season. This is starting to be like resting time. And so I'm not sure how I'm going to do. A lot of my good players are really banged up. And so I got to be really careful. I might have to do some waiver wire wizardry to get by Ty this week.
It's rough, man. It is. You start to look, and like I'm looking right now, and I see a lot of Qs next to my guys. I'm like,
oh yeah, half of my starting lineup is Qs, and there's not a lot there for me to pick up to try to make it work. I'm actually looking at the free agent list right now, and the first name up there is Christian McCaffrey. And I just want to say to you, Christian McCaffrey, fuck you. All right.